Jesus was not white. He was about as white as a bag of cumin from a Damascus spice market. The pasty, blue-eyed, soft-haired Jesus you see in Renaissance painting, church windows, and conservative Facebook memes is nothing more than a colonial fever dream. A Eurocentric wet fantasy, designed to make the Son of God look like a Habsburg prince instead of the brown-skinned anti-imperialist that he actually was. If Jesus of Nazareth existed as a historical figure, which most historians agree that he did, he was a first-century Palestinian Jew. That means he had dark skin, dark hair, and Semitic features. The people of that region didn't look like Renaissance art models from Florence. It also means that he was 5'5" to 5'7" in height, average for the time, but not exactly a towering Viking with a CrossFit physique. It also means that he was dressed like a Galilean peasant. Tunic, sandals, no pristine robes, no European facial structures. And let's be clear, the Bible never describes Jesus' physical appearance. The closest we get is Isaiah 53:2, which explicitly states, "He had no beauty or majesty to attract us to, nothing in his appearance that we should desire him." So let's just say he wasn't an Abercrombie model. Jesus lived in Roman-occupied Judea, where Jews were distinct from both the light-skinned Romans and the dark to olive-skinned Middle Eastern peoples. Jews were Semitic, a distinct ethnic group, not European. If Jesus looked like a typical Swedish lumberjack, he wouldn't have blended in with his disciples or with the Jewish masses who he preached to. When the Roman Empire looked at Jews, they saw foreigners, Semites, and a rebellious underclass, not fellow Europeans. The Romans literally described Jews as dark and curly-haired, not pale and straight-haired. Jesus was born in Bethlehem, raised in Nazareth, and spent his time in Galilee, a region of what is now modern-day Palestine. These areas weren't populated by Germanic people. They were inhabited by brown-skinned, Middle Eastern, Afro-Asiatic peoples, who looked far more like today's Palestinians, Yemenite Jews, and Syrians than any white guy from Kentucky. If Jesus was white, then so was every Arab, Sephardic Jew, and Bedouin merchant living in ancient Judea. Spoiler alert, they weren't. So why did the West insist on portraying Jesus as a soft-haired, blue-eyed Euro? Simple. White Jesus is a propaganda tool. When Europeans began to colonize and enslave vast parts of the world, they needed a god that looked just like them. White Jesus justifies white supremacy. If Jesus is depicted as a gentle, white-skinned savior, then European colonizers have divine authority over everyone else. White Jesus also erases Christianity's Middle Eastern and African roots. Early Christianity spread from Judea into Africa and the Middle East before Rome even touched it. But whitewashing made it look like a European birthright. If the historical Jesus walked through an airport today, brown skin, Middle Eastern features, traditional Jewish robes, TSA would be all over him in a second. The same American conservatives who scream about making Christianity great again would be the first ones calling ICE on him. So the next time you see blue-haired, blonde-eyed Jesus, just know that's not historical accuracy. That's imperial propaganda in a bathrobe. Cope. If you enjoyed these videos, please like and share them with anyone who might find them useful. Also, go to the link in my bio to follow me on YouTube, where I'll post these videos soon, support my work through financial contributions, and DM me for a Discord link. I used to have it freely available, but that wasn't a great idea.